In the 1960s, many companies believed there might be oil hidden under the cold waters of the North Sea. But drilling in the ocean was very difficult. The waves were rough, the weather was freezing, and the technology was still new. Still, one company decided to try. That company was Phillips Petroleum Company. For years, they drilled deep under the ocean floor and found nothing. Some people thought the search was a waste of money. But then, in 1969, something amazing happened. On Christmas Eve 1969, in the harsh, unforgiving waters of the North Sea, a team of engineers were working against the odds. They were drilling a well for Phillips Petroleum Company, a final attempt after years of fruitless searching. Suddenly, their equipment registered a dramatic change. The crew watched, tense, as the drill broke through into something new. It was oil, and not just a little oil. The pressure gauges surged, indicating a massive reservoir. It was a colossal amount, far beyond anyone's most optimistic projections. They had just discovered the Ekofisk Oil Field, one of the largest and most significant offshore oil fields ever found in history. An immense industrial effort began. Soon, giant platforms were constructed and anchored in the sea, and a steady stream of black gold began flowing from deep below the ocean floor. For the nation of Norway, this discovery was like finding a vast, unimaginable treasure buried right under the sea. But this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. Many countries that find oil become rich for a short time, only to see the money disappear. Sometimes it is spent too quickly on lavish projects. Sometimes corrupt leaders waste it, and often, the sudden wealth makes the national economy dangerously unstable. Norway chose to do something radically different. Instead of spending all the oil money right away, the Norwegian government, with remarkable foresight, created a very smart plan for the future. To get oil out, they built a city in the sea. Giant structures born on land, then towed to the deep. Man-made islands of drilling, processing, power, and life. Crews flew in for weeks at a time, 12-hour shifts, tight-knit community, heavy machinery, high pressure, high stakes, safety as ritual, survival as culture, hurricane winds, giant waves, steel under strain, built to withstand, but living through it was intense. The wages were good, prosperity reached the coast. An entire industry grew. Engineering, services, tech, resilient, skilled, dedicated. Life improved, but the job stayed tough. These hands pulled treasure from the deep and sent its wealth back home. Once Ekofisk flowed, a river of money poured into Norway. This was a good problem to have, but it was still a problem, one that could easily drown the nation's economy if not managed with extreme care. History was littered with cautionary tales. Other nations had suffered the infamous oil curse, where a sudden influx of wealth paradoxically leads to economic ruin. A stronger krone would cripple traditional industries like fishing and manufacturing. A short-lived boom could quickly turn into a devastating bust. The questions were urgent. Spend it all now? Cut taxes? Build roads and infrastructure? Or save it? The public feared runaway inflation and the corrosive effects of easy money. There was also a deeper cultural fear of losing the national character of modesty and grit. After intense debate, Norway's leaders chose a radical frame. Treat the oil not as income, but as a one-off windfall. They knew the oil was finite. Eventually, the wells would run dry. So they engineered a financial dam, completely separating the torrent of oil money from everyday government spending. The goal was to keep the national budget stable and predictable, isolating the economy from the gush of petrodollars. They adopted a powerful philosophy: spending the windfall today is borrowing from your own children's future. Norway built its strategy on 3 pillars. This wasn't just about getting rich, it was about building a nation for generations to come. Pillar 1 was clear: high taxation and direct state stakes. The core belief was that these natural resources belonged to the people, not just corporations. To ensure this, the state created its own company, Statoil, to share control, build expertise, and capture the know-how. Pillar 2 involved strict rules to build domestic skills, local suppliers, and world-class standards for safety and environmental stewardship. Pillar 3 was the most radical: save, not spend. This was designed to shield the domestic economy from the boom and bust cycles of oil's volatility. In 1990, they formalized this by creating the Government Petroleum Fund, today known as the Government Pension Fund Global, or GPFG. All oil revenue was invested abroad to avoid overheating Norway's economy. buying tiny slices of thousands of companies worldwide, including giants like Apple and Microsoft. The fund grew to own small stakes in over 9,000 companies and prime properties across the globe. The golden rule: spend only the expected real return, about 3% annually. This keeps the capital intact for future generations. It's the ultimate financial discipline. Live off the earnings, not the inheritance itself. This masterstroke turns wild oil price swings into a stable, predictable budget stream for the nation. Radical transparency is key. Every citizen can go online and see every single holding. Strict ethical rules exclude companies involved in weapons, tobacco, severe pollution, or human rights abuses. The genius of the plan was realizing oil wasn't income. It was a one-time asset swap. They were turning a finite, depleting well into a perpetually compounding financial forest. These dividends fund public services steadily and reliably, completely independent of volatile oil prices. In the end, it wasn't just the oil. It was the plan, and the unwavering discipline to see it through. Oil brings risk. Industry learned through hardship. Tragedy spurred relentless safety advances. Strict regulation drove cleaner technologies. Weeks offshore. Human sacrifice behind the prosperity. Owning a slice of the world demands moral choices. Norway aligned wealth with values. To avoid complacency, invest in education, research, renewables. Build the post-oil economy before oil ends. Today the legacy is visible, in classrooms, care, and clean streets. The Oil Fund, over $1.5 trillion. Its true value is stability and opportunity, for children and grandchildren. Ekofisk taught foresight. Wealth is how you manage it. The oil will end, the promise will not. Finite profits became a perpetual stream. Dark oil beneath waves, transformed into a lasting light. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe to History Engineered for more.